What if Doflamingo escaped from the Impel Down like Luffy did? Well, we saw Luffy enters into the prison to rescue Ace in the Impel Down arc. Not only he entered it, but also he has escaped it successfully. Do you remember what Doflamingo asked a Marine when he was locked in the prison? Well, he was wishing a favor that he wants a newspaper every day to stay updated with the outside world. What if he saw the headline on the newspaper, written Kaido and Big Mom has been defeated by the dangerous trio from the worst generation, Law, Kid, and Luffy. There's no way he's still sitting over there doing nothing. So, I have made a wonderful storyline for Doflamingo. How he's gonna join again in the race for the title Pirate King. So the most difficult step for the Devil Fruit users is that they can't get rid of the items which are made up of Sea Prism Stone. We know that everything which is used in the Impel Down is made up of Sea Prism. How can he escape from those Sea Prism handcuffs? There is only one guy for Doflamingo who can actually get a key for the handcuffs and prison cell, and he is none other than Bellamy. Of course, some people don't learn their lesson, even after too many betrayals, and Bellamy is the perfect example for that. He once again shows his loyalty to Doflamingo by getting the keys to his cell. But how? Come on, he's not that weakling. Somehow he manages to steal the key and gets over there. Magellan, the warden of the Impel Down, notices that one of the most dangerous criminal got out of his hands, and he's not gonna sit either. He starts searching for Doflamingo and finds him before he gets out of the Impel Down. Magellan for Doflamingo is really a good competition, and also he has an upper hand as he can block the poison with the help of walls, which he easily makes using a bunch of his strings. Magellan starts to attack with his venom, but Doflamingo on the other side blocks every single drop of venom using his strings, and he manipulates marine soldiers, turning them into puppets, connecting with those strings to shoot bullets on Magellan, which can be so distracting. Doflamingo's Conqueror Haki is way too stronger than Magellan, so he can cut Magellan with his strings and do critical damage, even though Magellan is having a Paramecia-type Devil Fruit. Due to Magellan's diarrhea, he gets very much distracted, and Doflamingo is no joke for him. He literally destroyed a whole island all by himself, so Magellan has no time to have his wonderful diarrhea in between the battle. So, Doflamingo had too many openings and had more chances for the victory. He spreads his strings all over the prison and strikes Magellan using all of them at once. He actually got an easy victory here. He gets out of the Impel Down, and later, after a few hours, the government has increased his bounty. Now his main goal is to take revenge from the Straw Hats and Dressrosa Kingdom. First, he goes to Dressrosa and kills Rebecca, Viola, and the king. Later, he destroys the whole island, which he failed to make in the past. His bounty now equals Luffy and Law. He can't reach Straw Hats without any crew. There is a high chance that he might join the Blackbeard Pirates or make a new crew, teaming up with every pirate who were defeated by Luffy. In this scenario, we can assume that he had made his own crew to make things easier. As he now successfully destroyed Dressrosa now, he moves ahead, finding Law. Law is having a habit of exploring and researching everything individually without his crewmates nearby. Doflamingo finds him at an island, and Law loses his mind after seeing him in front of his eyes suddenly. Doflamingo attacks him with the strings. Law tried to fight back, but his abilities were lacking the power to go against him, so he decides to flee from him. But Doflamingo chases him and catches after a long run. Law was trembling with fear, exactly how he used to fear him since his childhood. Doflamingo kills Law and leaves that place. The very next morning, Luffy gets to know that his friend is no more in this world. We all know how he cares for his friends. He decides to avenge him. Doflamingo on the other side was waiting for Luffy as well. Doflamingo finds the 𝐬𝐵 no Mai, like he found Mera Mera no Mai after the death of Ace. He again organizes an open tournament for the 𝐬𝐵 no Mai. The main reason for him to organize this tournament was to capture Luffy easily and execute him. 𝐬𝐵 no Mai is one of the most wanted Devil Fruit in the history, so we're going to see many big shots participating in this tournament. There is no way that Blackbeard is going to miss this opportunity. He comes to win the reward and give it to one of his crewmates to make his crew more stronger and unstoppable. Luffy arrives on the island along with his crew to get Law's Devil Fruit and to destroy Doflamingo once again. His anger was on another level. He's just a few steps away from the guy who killed his best friend, and the guy who was the main reason behind his brother Ace's death. Is Luffy again going to change his identity to Lucy in the tournament? No. This time he is dealing with two big shots, and he must follow the plan to get both of them at the same time. But you know about our boy Luffy, he's never gonna listen to anyone and ruins the actual plan every time. But in this arc, Luffy must follow and stick to the plan because he can never defeat those monsters in the future if they become more dangerous. So, here's how it's gonna happen. Trust me, this will be the biggest and most hyped moment in the One Piece history. So, the most intelligent member among the Straw Hats, aka Sanji, makes a perfect plan to get the 𝐬𝐵 no Mai. The one who participates in the tournament is not Luffy. It's gonna be Chopper this time. Yeah, it sounds crazy, but everyone knows the identity of the Straw Hats, and exposing themselves in the public will make a huge mess. So, Chopper is very underrated, and if he turns himself into his another form, trust me, no one in the Doflamingo's and Blackbeard's crew is gonna recognize him. So Chopper can actually buy time for the other Straw Hats to take their positions until he stays in the match. If he has to fight Blackbeard before the finals, he's gonna ruin the whole plan. So, we have to assume that that Chopper has defeated all other pirates, and at finals he is going to fight Blackbeard next. When the final match is about to start, Chopper does not participate here. Instead, he waits for the announcement of the winner is Blackbeard due to no vision of opponent. And when it is announced by Doflamingo that Blackbeard is the winner, thinking that Chopper ran away, and when the reward 𝐿𝐵𝐿 is presented to him, Chopper instantly turns himself into the deer form, which makes his speed incredibly fast, which is equals to Sanji's speed. He grabs the devil fruit with his mouth and runs away. Doflamingo and Blackbeard were totally in a shock. They try to chase him, but at the exact time, there comes a smoke bomb exactly between them from the very long ranger, from the world's best sniper, Usopp, aka the Sogeking. Zoro, Sanji, and Frankie starts making explosions around the island. So, the rivals fall into a terrible confusion and chaos. Chopper successfully loses a trace from those big shots. He goes to Nami and Robin, and hands the fruit to Nami to keep it with her. But why does he give it to Nami instead of giving it to the strongest members, like Luffy or Zoro? Come on, guys, we all know about Nami, right? She is known as the cat burglar. She has a talent to steal anything from anyone without even flinching. And she can also hide it and act like nothing ever happened in front of her opponents. Sogeking and Frankie on the other side distracts Blackbeard and Doflamingo to get away from the platform and tries them to face the monster trio, Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy. Zoro faces Doflamingo, and the reason for this is, Law is not only a friend of Luffy, but also he is a good friend of Zoro. Sanji goes for 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐤𝐤, the right-hand man of Blackbeard. Somehow Burgess and Van Augur reaches to Frankie and Usopp to fight them. 𝐷𝑞 goes for Brook. Lafitte and 𝐵𝐸𝐸𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐻 blocks Nami, Robin, and Chopper to prevent them from entering the Sunny. Jinbei will be waiting on the ship to get away as soon as possible before the Marines step in there. Doflamingo's crew is not gonna take place in this battle because they are not strong as these guys are now. They have probably got lost in the smokes and explosions. First, we're gonna cover the lower battles. So, Brook is definitely going to defeat 𝐷𝑞 without any doubt. It may get hard for Frankie and Usopp, but still they have an upper hand because both of them make a deadly duo. It is basically like a match which combines chemistry and physics with some intelligence and physical strength. They sure will be having a victory here. Coming to Sanji's fight with 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐤. This is a huge challenge and going to be the most critical deathmatch for Sanji in my opinion, because 𝐥𝐤𝐤 can go invisible and can cut Sanji without even leaving a trace for him. To avoid these cuts, Sanji has to be unstoppable and move faster than the air. So even if he goes hitting around the air with his maximum speed, 𝐥𝐤𝐤 couldn't dodge Sanji's blind attacks. When the battle starts, Sanji gets many strikes from 𝐥𝐤𝐤 at the start, but Sanji cannot give up here. He is barely standing now and makes a perfect strategy to defeat him at last. He waits for the great opening, and when 𝐥𝐤𝐤 comes to strike him once and all, Sanji unleashes his new and the strongest attack, which actually matches his name, the Black Leg Sanji. With his topmost speed, he swings his leg everywhere in the field, which creates a black flames around him, which no one can escape. Not even the invisible 𝐥𝐤𝐤. He is now able to actually see 𝐥𝐤𝐤 through those black flames, which has a unique ability. Every minor particle which is formed from those black flames are smaller than the ashes. They spreads throughout the battlefield, and when they touches invisible 𝐥𝐤𝐤, it creates some dirt marks on his body, which enables Sanji to see him clearly. Sanji then aims for his neck and goes with the top speed. He breaks 𝐥𝐤𝐤's neck like you break your opponent's bones. Hit the like button and subscribe to our channel if you think you are cold as the Black Leg Sanji. The victory now belongs to the GOAT Sanji. Coming next, we have 3 more major battles left. Lafitte and Katarin blocks Nami, Robin, and Chopper to enter the Sunny and starts attacking them. Robin can manage both of them to stop for a certain time, but fails to defeat both of them at the same time. We all know Nami is not that strong to face those 2 criminals at the same time, and Chopper has already reached his limit fighting other pirates in the tournament. At the time, Lafitte and 𝐵𝐸𝐸𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐻 comes to finish Robin. Nami remembers that she has a legendary devil fruit in her pocket. Without any second thoughts, and to protect her best friend, Nami eats 𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵𝐿. Then after a second, everyone hears Nami's voice saying room. Then Nami switches Devon's and Lafitte's souls, so they can't understand what's happening. Nami teleports behind them along with her ultimate weapon. She creates the largest thundercloud she ever made, drops lightning on those 2 opponents. There we go. A new user of 𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵𝐿. Nami has destroyed 2 criminal pirates at the same time. Next, we see Zoro vs Doflamingo. Zoro now is more stronger than he was in Dressrosa arc. Zoro, with his massive confidence, goes to strike Doflamingo. Doflamingo blocks every single strike with his strings. He makes a cut right through Zoro's chest. Doflamingo did not hold back. He kept on attacking Zoro without even leaving a second. Zoro's body is getting worse and worse now. Zoro opens his other eye now, uses his haki, which makes his sword harder than every metal which existed. Another string comes towards him. Zoro successfully cuts the string now. Doflamingo watching someone who just cut his string for the first time. Zoro, with his unbelievable strength, cuts all the strings around into small particles. Doflamingo keeps on releasing his stings to cut Zoro again. Zoro, on the other side, cuts every single of them like he cuts a cake on his birthday. Doflamingo now can't produce any strings. He now has reached his limit. Zoro now won't go for the chest to cut him as he always does for his opponents. Zoro directly aims for his head and cuts Doflamingo's head down there and avenges his friend Trafalgar D. Law. This is a huge victory for Zoro and his friends. It's time for the final battle now. Luffy makes an opening to avenge Ace. Blackbeard, with his 2 Devil Fruits power, maintaining a long-range distance. He does a solid damage to Luffy. The 4 gears of Luffy didn't work on him. So, Luffy has to reach his full potential now. Switches to Gear 5. Transforms into Sun Nika, grabs a lightning bolt from the sky, and throws at Blackbeard, which is a weakness to his ability. Luffy goes on a crazy mode. Being unstoppable, he picks up Fat Blackbeard like a biscuit. And with another lightning, he turns him into a chocolate donut. Luffy starts getting his memories of his brother Ace. With his ultimate power, he keeps on hitting Blackbeard with his punches until he dies. This is a huge turning point for the Straw Hats, and now they are top pirates in the current era. Their bounties increase and equals to Shank's crew. By the way, what was your favorite theory here? Nami eating her new devil fruit, or Chopper becoming the MVP for this arc? Or Sanji awakening his full potential? Let us know in the comments section. Do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel, which motivates us to make more videos and bring up great theories like these.